Hello, welcome back to Overtake. Today we're going to do a video on what makes a car fun, because there are many elements to a car, and it kind of leads on from where we left off with the whole electric car discussion. And I was just thinking about, as car enthusiasts, we come in many different shapes and sizes, and I don't mean in terms of us personally, I mean in terms of the cars that we enjoy and that we like so much. So, all the way from sort of great big muscle cars to trucks and small little shopping cars. Like today we're in the Mini, the R53 Cooper S. What is it that makes a car fun? What makes a car a point of interest for someone like myself? And probably, hopefully, a lot of you. And I'd be interested to hear your comments too. What is it that makes you, when you're looking through the classifieds, for instance, what type of features is it, that you're looking for? And what cars do you, lust after and desire? Firstly, the most obvious component is the engine. Is it NA, turbo, supercharged, petrol or diesel? What are its characteristics? A compelling engine can really help to define a car and make the driving experience fun. In fact, there are plenty of cars that I would be interested in driving purely to experience their engines. And in turn, plenty of cars whereby the engine dominated the experience, even if the rest of the car was equally brilliant. As a previous E46 M3 owner, I really found the S54 M power unit dominated the show. The desire to get it onto a suitable stretch of road and to rev it out to its 8,000 RPM redline was peak enjoyment on the road and wonderful fun. The second major factor, and perhaps possibly the most significant factor towards defining a car's overall character, is its layout. Is it front-wheel drive, rear-wheel drive, four-wheel drive, and is the engine in the front, middle or rear? All of these layouts can be fun, and in fact any car can be fun. I, for instance, adored the driving experience of the Mark I MR2, but equally my Peugeot 205 XS. Two cars entirely different in their layouts. One is a mid-engined, rear-wheel drive, two-seater sports car, and the other a front-wheel drive, front-engined hatchback. It's just that the essence of fun doesn't come from an exact formula. Just because a car is rear-wheel drive, for instance, doesn't guarantee it to be fun. And just because something is a front-wheel drive hatchback doesn't make it dull. Cars, and more importantly, fun, is about so much more. The controls, the steering, pedals, gearbox, it all comes together. So as I was saying, a car and its interest and its fun, the fun of a car, is a product of all these main, components, but it can be a variety of each. It could have a really strong feature of one of those components that carries it through and makes it a fun experience, or it could be a combination of all of them that it can do quite well. I mean, this Mini R53 kind of is, it's not completely well-rounded, but it has a bit of most things. The engine is of interest, being supercharger, so I'll just put the window down and you can, oh, actually a bit too much, not enough space, but there you go, you get that supercharger whine, if you could hear it, and has got a lot of character. The way it winds along and things, and I'd say it's not necessarily the most powerful engine or whatever else you could get in this sort of market space, but it is characterful, and that does add to the fun. Same with the little 205 I've got. Many people on paper would look at that and sort of, well, not maybe laugh, but 85 horsepower doesn't stack up very well. Obviously, added to the paper bag build quality and the lightweight, it does make it a bit more interesting. But it's the fact that it's so responsive, little 8-valve carburettor fed. It's literally so responsive, and it's pure in its feel, and it revs cleanly and strongly all the way across the revs. It's quite a flat sort of torque curve it feels. I remember the NSX that I went out in, that I've got a video for. That car was the most visceral, thrilling experience. Possibly one of the most sort of thrilling experiences I've been in car-wise, because that NSX was just incredible, absolutely remarkable. The way it, it sounded like an old like race car. The way it barreled down the road. I'll put a couple of clips on. It's absolutely, wonderful. And inside, you thought with an exhaust like that it would just all be exhaust, but actually inside, with the engine right behind your head, you could hear the intake as well. And it was just sort of spine tingling. And finally, we have the looks. If a car looks spectacular, it can warrant a fun ownership experience all on its own. Think of the DeLorean, a glorious looking machine that doesn't have a reputation for being a particularly special drive, but those looks and its prominence within a certain movie franchise give it immense desirability and make it an experience you've just got to love. As ever then, the answer to what makes a car fun is subjective, and in all likelihood, different for everyone. There are many different layers to a car, and sometimes all elements are present, but sometimes they are all absent, save for one, which might shine through so gloriously it makes the fun all on its own. Perhaps then, the question should in fact be, what makes a car fun for you personally? I will always favour a stripped back analogue experience with modest numbers, something that puts the involvement high on its priority list. But that doesn't stop me from enjoying many cars in complete contrast to this. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.